There's no way I'm jumping into that orno anymore. A lot of heat on the face. That's why I'm squinting a little bit. My jeans are cooking. And I am starting to get a good sweat here. One of the coolest things about Mezcal, well actually the hottest, is the underground oven used to cook the agave called an orno. There's a tremendous amount of work in building this, but it's a critical step in making the Mezcal you know and love. So let's build this Mezcal orno right now. Here at Salvador's at 4 a.m. and the bar's not open yet. Yes, it's bright and early, and this is the palenque of Salvador's Mezcal in Tlacolula, Oaxaca. Their maestro mezcalero Flavio Perez Mendez set the wood in the center of the orno the day before, and the rocks were placed on top. We were ready to go even before the roosters woke up. Using the puntas. Smells good. Espadín?
Yep.
And what kind of wood is in there?
This is encino wood.
Encino? Okay.
Yeah.
Lalo getting it done.
Yeah, it's what, 4 a.m.?
4 a.m. boys.
Damn, it's freezing out here. Well, for us. But you're good. You look super fresh.
Well, we'll get this guy going.
There you are.
There we go. The deep in the orno.
Woo! So everything starts.
Look at that. It's coming up, boys. All right, 4 a.m. You saw before Lalo just kicked off the start of the orno. This will burn for probably, I'm trying to do math at 4 a.m. Probably until like about 5 or 6 hours. That's going to burn off. You're going to get a nice red burning ember underneath, a lot less smoke. So we wait. Maestros are going to come here soon. They keep telling me they're going to put me to work on the axe, so I'm going to be getting my workout today. Inside, underneath the rocks, we have the wood burning everywhere. I'm not sure when peak smoke is going to be. It's just coming up like that. 3 reasons why they start the cook so early. One, obviously to get the smoke off. They don't want all the smoke being that transferred to the agave, to the pinas when they put them on later. And whoa, this is getting really smoky, hard to see. Reason number 2, they want all the heat transferred to the rocks here. So when they eventually put the pinas, the agave on, these are nice and hot, and that is going to be the cooking mechanism over the next 5 days. Another reason why they start this so early, they're on the outskirts of the village. As you can imagine, the smoke, if this was during the day, it would probably raise a few alarms. So, but yeah, they get this done, get the smoke out of here, and by the time everyone wakes up, it's not smoking anymore. I'll see if I can jump in here in about another 30 minutes, maybe an hour, see how close I can actually get to these rocks before it gets uncomfortable or they start burning my boots. So, Flavio is the maestro mezcalero. We're going to be seeing a lot of him during the day. Be using the axes. We're going to chop up all these espadín pinas. Flavio, the maestro's here. He and Paulino are starting to chop up the agave. This is a big cook. There we go. Orle. 1 hour and 45 minutes in, and smoke has, a lot of it's dissipated, but now we got this nice, big, beautiful hot fire. Yeah, this is going to get a lot more difficult for me to sit around here and have a chat around the fire. So now it was my turn to get to work, but my skills were a fraction of Flavio's precision axe work.
Beautiful.
And one more.
Yeah, just on
the tip. Yeah.
There
There we go.
Turn it around.
Yep.
Beautiful.
Ooh.
Nice. There you are.
Boom. This is a piece I cut. I kind of butchered it a little bit. It's not like a clean one like Flavio does, but not bad for my first effort. And this here is Pedro chefing up some campfire huevos for the lads. After busting their butts for 2 hours, chopping up the agave, the guys took a well-earned breakfast. And just in time for me to give an update. 3 hours in, the orno, cooking hot on top, nice embers around the sides and the base. I'm gonna jump out of here because it is cooking. Now, only 30 minutes later, getting into that orno is no longer an option. There's no way I'm jumping into that orno anymore. A lot of heat on the face, that's why I'm squinting a little bit. No trace of any smoke. They're gonna need to let this fire settle down a little bit. It's way too hot to even get the pinas on there. My jeans are cooking, and I'm starting to get a good sweat here. Now it's 8 a.m. and Pedro's busy taking the goats for the run, and you can see beautiful Tlacholula in the background. 2 hours until we're going to be able to put the pinas on there. A massive amount of heat radiating off the rocks, and yeah, it's sitting here. Face is burning. My jeans feel like they're going to stick to my skin. So the next steps are the guys are going to Matatlan to get some bagasso. We're looking good. She's hot, and I'm going to get up and get away from this thing. These guys have been going at it for like 4 hours, so this is a heck of a lot of work, and that's not even all the effort they put in just to get this, like, say 13 tons of agave pinas from the fields here. So each one of those, like one of the average ones, I believe it was 100 to 120 kilograms. Some of the bigger ones, I reckon they're probably about 150. Lalo and Flavio, they went to Matatlan, and they picked up truckload of the bagasso. This fiber is going to go on top of the rocks. That will act as a barrier between the rocks and the pinas. It's too much focused heat if you don't have this barrier. You char the agave, you get an overly smoky profile. Mezcal, you want a nice bit of smoke, but you don't want it. You don't want a smoke bomb, do you? So what Lalo's doing here is he's getting a sample of the espadín that's going into the orno. So the CRM, the certification board for mezcal in Mexico, they need this to inspect it if there's any issues.
Exactly.
Yeah. And now time for a quick lunch break, a delicious home-cooked meal before the next big step, loading the oven. Paulino put on fresh rocks. What they want is to basically close those gaps where the heat's potentially escaping. I am standing a lot closer than I was before. Before I couldn't even sit here. I'm actually able to stand here, put my hand over the rocks. They're going to put the agave fibers on top of the orno. Then from there, all these pinas that you see behind us, the chopped up espadín agave that the guys were busting their butts for hours this morning, chopping and moving over here. The next phase is we take that and put it on top of the bagasso. All right, I'm going to get out of the way. Let's get to work. Paulino the workhorse. The guy's a warrior. The sizzle. Hey. Paulino's adding the first pinas. And so the loading begins. All those agave that are lined up around the orno are going to go on top and roast for 5 days. All right, time for me to get involved here. The big guy steps into the orno ring. The crowd's wondering, how is he going to manhandle that agave pina? He set it down. And oh so gingerly. The tapada doesn't wait for anyone. You gotta cook, you gotta cook.
Actually, they know.
In the center there. Nice. Once we get to this part of the loading of the orno, you're gonna see that there's a few spots where there's steam escaping, and the guys are gonna try and fill them in. So you have sort of like these pinas that are like a kind of a wedge shape. You kind of have to find the holes, wedge them in, and that will help keep the heat in the orno. Nice work, buddy. One of the last parts for actually sealing the oven. On top of the pinas, they have this tarp here. On the other sides of the orno, they're starting to pile the dirt on. This side of the orno here, Feely's putting on these logs to weigh it down, add some structure to the orno, keep the tarp down. Now it's 12 o'clock, high noon, and it's complete. 4 in the morning to start the oven. These guys just finished it off. Many hours of working very, very, very hard. This is all the effort that goes into the mezcal you're drinking. All this is yet another example of how much effort goes into making this fantastic agave spirit. So that's it for today with Orno Building 101. I'd love to hear your comments, and as always, subscribe for more mezcal content. And today's salute off is the Salvador's Espadín. Yes, this is the very mezcal that was being made in the footage, although it's not as potent as the puntas that was used to fire up and light the orno. So, anyway guys, it's been awesome. Thanks very much. See you next time. Salud.